What's going on, Jets fans? Welcome back to another video here on Peg City Hockey, and today we're talking all things Jets hockey because there have been a lot of headlines to come out of Winnipeg in regards to the Winnipeg Jets this last week. I've been wanting to talk about all of them, honestly, the days that these stories have broken, that have happened, but it's just been a busy week for me with work, and to have the time to sit down, I haven't had it, and I started working on the video, I don't have enough time to finish it, and I decided that, after these last couple of losses as well, I'll have to just combine everything into kind of one video. So what you guys just watched was pretty much the only highlight from this last game against the Minnesota Wild. 3-0 Minnesota, they shut us out. Not a good game. And this is coming off of Nikolai Ehlers' return to Winnipeg, Carolina versus Winnipeg, where again, the Jets had a good game. It wasn't a terrible game, but they still lost by a score of 4-3. And, they lose today against the Wild, 3-0. And now they're going in on another road trip to play on the East Coast, where they're going to be playing Washington, the Hurricanes, the Predators, the Sabres, the Canadiens, before they're back at home to play the Sabres again. So, again, the Jets find themselves 2-game losing streak off of the, after a big game where they really should have won. Like that Nikolai Ehlers return to Winnipeg was a big game, and they needed to win it. It was an emotional game, and I really wanted to see this team come out and win. I felt like it was a statement game that they needed to win, and it sucked that they didn't. It wasn't a terrible game. They weren't, completely outplayed and had or anything like that, but there's still a trend going on in Winnipeg right now as of late, and obviously there's a lot of concerns I have with this club right now, with kind of the way that the season is starting. I'm not going to say that the Jets are on fraud watch like some have said already to start this year, but it's trouble in paradise for sure. And obviously let's talk about the elephant in the room, Connor Hellebuyck. Connor Hellebuyck is out for a month plus, going to have knee surgery. Apparently Arneal's saying it's been as you're seeing right now, what he's saying on screen with the subtitles, it's been nagging him for a while. So just thinking, get it out of the way, let's get it done. And I understand that mindset, but to lose Connor Hellebuyck right now, the heart and soul of this team, for like I said, for 4 to 6 weeks or potentially could be longer, is as big of a blow as you could have to yourself right now, to your team, to the Jets. Like, let's be real. And then when you look around, so now you're going to have a tandem of Eric Comrie and Thomas Milic. Thomas Milic hasn't played before, and then for the Moose as well, they're going to be having to call up some guys up as well. This completely changes the look right now of what the goaltending matchup is, and Connor Hellebuyck's the heart and soul of this club, and I'm excited to see Thomas Milic get some games potentially, but an Eric Comrie, Thomas Milic tandem, with the way that this defense has looked to start this year, with the way that the Jets have looked at 5-on-5 at times, their special teams, like Adam Lowry said, this just sucks. And this is going to be a very tough stretch. Like, when you look at how important Connor Hellebuyck is, and you look at the stats and everything that the Jets give up, all the shots the Jets give up every game, the goals against, it's just, it's a crazy look. Like, Connor Hellebuyck is a heart winner. Like, we cannot take away the importance of what Hellebuyck's game means. And, even thinking about it right now, my brain is going a million miles a minute just thinking about all the, potential disasters that could go wrong for this club with Hellebuyck being out. Like, the Jets rely on Hellebuyck more than a lot of teams rely on their best guys, and they have for his entire career pretty much. Like, Hellebuyck has been so good because of the amount of games he's played. His workload has been, there's almost no one in the league that can match Connor Hellebuyck's workload. It's insane when we really look at how much he plays, how many shots he takes, how important that he is to this club, right? There's a reason why he won league MVP last year. The Jets wouldn't have won the President's Trophy without Connor Hellebuyck, plain as day. And I think that losing him right now with the way that this club is playing, it's scary, and I'm very worried about that. There's a lot of holes. The Jets just, and look at this Minnesota game. They could not get a goal, and I know Minnesota's a good team, but the Jets won the President's Trophy last year. They're supposed to be a good team too, and they're continuously getting outplayed by young, faster, hungrier teams. And in a year where you want to see the Jets go for it, they have not looked like that top competitor. They just have not. They've been slow. Their game just hasn't been where you want it to be. It sucks. And again, now I want to go back to the fact that Eric Comrie is a great guy, good locker room dude. I got no problems with him, but look at Eric Comrie's career. This is not the guy that you want to start for a month when you desperately need points, and you desperately need them now. The Jets do not want to be, sitting where they are. If you look at the standings right now, the Jets are sitting in, 5th in the Central. It could go any way right now. The Mammoth have had a hot start, and they're kind of slowed down lately, but they're still a good team. The Wild have won 5 in a row. The Avalanche are on an 8-game win streak. The Jets, they've just been kind of sitting there. They've been a little mediocre. And then now on top of it, you have this Brad Lambert news coming out where he's, been given permission, and his camp's been given permission to pursue a trade, and where it seems like he's unhappy with his time in Winnipeg and his role with the Moose and being demoted to the AHL, which again, I'm going to talk about this in a video coming out on Tuesday, so stay tuned for that. We're going to dive in a lot more because there's been more information that's come out as well about Lambert and the situation, so I'll save that for another video. But still, like, this is not the type of guy that you want to see leave the club. This is now both first rounders from that year of McGroarty and Lambert have now requested trades and are looking to be out of Winnipeg. So again, not a great look with your one of your top prospects is unhappy with being demoted when your top 6 is struggling to score goals. It's just not the best look. And at the same time, with Lambert making himself looking for a trade and a new change of scenery, this also works for the Jets' favor right now because of their, inconsistencies in their top 6. They could try to find a way to package Lambert, a first-round pick, and maybe some other prospects or whatnot to look for, a winger or someone to really improve the top 6 to add some more speed and some scoring, because the Jets desperately need that. And if they're not going to be getting that from Lambert in an NHL role, they might as well package him and find a player that can bring that experience and desperately needed presence to the top 6, because this team has holes and they continue to lose games. And, like I said earlier, this 5-game road trip coming up on in the East Coast, Capitals are going to be a tough matchup. Hurricanes are going to be a tough matchup. Predators are going to be, hopefully if the Jets lose to the Predators and the Sabres, we're in trouble. And not to mention the fact that they're going to have to play the Habs as well. That could be, they could smoke them. This road trip could end very badly for the Jets. Now, they could end. This is going to be exactly what they need to get some wins under their belt. Have a test. But with Comrie being in net, I don't have faith in Eric Comrie. I love him as a backup. I think he's a great locker room guy. But to actually start for a month plus, that worries me. So far since Hellebuck's went down with the surgery, we're 0-2 in the Comrie era as a starter, and. That's definitely not like you'd like to win some of those games. You need to win some of these games, especially that game against Carolina where the Jets needed to win that game. They needed to put up a better fight against a surging Wild team. The Wild could be big on competitive. They're going to be competitors this year, the Central. And so far, this Jets team is showing lots of holes, and I'm kind of worried. I think that if things don't improve, if the chemistry is not there, if they don't pick up their play, they could be looking at a wild card spot this year, guys. I don't want to overreact right now, and I'm not trying to say, oh, it's all over, but the Jets have holes. They're going to need to address them. Coaching staff, management, Arneal, Chevy, they're going to need to do something about this, because so far to start this year, the Jets have just been inconsistent, and is the best way to describe their play, and I'm worried. So I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts down in the comment section below. Do you think I'm overreacting? Do you feel the same way? I'd love to hear your thoughts. So peace, love, and positivity as always. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Go Jets go, and I'll see you all in the next one very, very soon.
It'll all be over. It'll all be over.